Hi, this is Julian, Chief Creative Officer of QV, and this is the Deep Dive. So, these relationships are relationships with our audience, our relationships with our target, our relationships with, this great nameless, faceless blob that we're talking to, trying to convince them to buy our products. I think we've talked about this before. We've got to get to a place where instead of talking to a sea of people with nondescript features, we've got to get to a place where we're talking in our messaging, in our ads, in our spots, in all of our communications. We've got to get to a place of intimacy where we are talking to one person. It's got to feel intimate and personal. Yeah, but one thing I say to this person is not going to be the right thing to say to that person, and I want to say this is something that everybody understands. Well, I understand you may want to do that, but that's not the way it works. People don't have conversations, true conversations and dialogue with everybody. Have you ever been sitting in a coffee shop and overheard a conversation that someone else was having? At one-on-one conversation, it's fascinating, it's interesting, it's personal, it's intimate. Could you relate to it? Sometimes you couldn't, but most of the time, it's fascinating. So, even when we're overhearing a conversation that's intended for a very specific person, if you're in the vicinity of that person, it will be meaningful to others as well. Yeah, but what about the transgender albino Samoan? Well, we may have to give up the transgender albino Samoan demographic on this one, all right? But the next campaign... The next campaign, that'll be for them. But here's the story. So we need to have this one-on-one idea in our head. And when we think about one-on-one relational dynamics, it begins to give us more insight. It's practical. It's something that we can understand because we have to do it ourselves. Every single day, we have to have one-on-one relationships. It reminds me of a client who had ignored his brand for years and years and years. What amazingly had pretty good success. He had a good sales team, really strong sales team, but the branding, nah. But at a certain point, he wanted to really step up his game. He wanted to go to the next level within his industry. He wanted to be a player. And so we did some work, and it was good work. But it was that foundational kind of work, right? And after 2 months, he goes, where is it? Where's all the stuff? Where's all this branding results that you were telling me about? And I said, look, you walked 1,000 feet into the woods in this relationship that you weren't having with your target, with those people that you want to buy your stuff. You walked 1,000 feet into those woods. Now you have got to walk 1,000 feet back out. As much as you have been ignoring them, you now need to pay the dues on the other side of that relationship. And you have got to show up every single day, every single month, and every single year, like those big dogs that you want to run with. They've been doing that. You haven't. And you are not going to get all of those people that you want to turn their head away from all those people who have been working hard to build and sustain that relationship and look at you until you have earned the right to do that. Men, you've hit a rough patch with your wife. She's been asking you to help around the house for years. Oh, I got to run off and do some work. Oh, I got to go work out. Oh, I got to go. I can't. I don't have time to. I'm busy. I'm doing other things. You didn't do it. You didn't help. And now mama ain't happy. She hasn't been happy with you for a few years. So you have this moment. All right, I got to change this. Things are getting into a rough spot. So you start cleaning up the kitchen. Cleaning up the kitchen day 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10 days in a row. You've been cleaning up that kitchen. Where's all the love? Where's all the riches? Where's my trophy? I've been doing this work. And your wife's like, 10 days, huh? You walked 1,000 feet into the woods. You have to walk 1,000 feet out. If you want to run with the big dogs, you have to do the things that the big dogs do. Number one, you got to get off the porch. You can't run with them if you don't get off the porch. And you cannot be a great brand and realize and reap all the benefits of great branding until you get off the porch and start doing the work and show up day after day after day. There are no two ways around it. Just like there are no two ways around mending that relationship with your wife. Day after day, week by week, month by month, year by year, that's when all the riches start to arrive with consistency. All right? Peace.